I'm grateful to have this opportunity to celebrate the amazing life of Al Ulci. My life has been inspired by the idea that it's possible to change the world by putting powerful technology in more people's hands. And this is precisely what Al did. As a 10-year-old boy reading about Charles Lindbergh's transatlantic flight, he fell in love with flying. He spent the next 7 years at Pan Am and Flight Safety International, transforming the way we live and work by systematically expanding access to the magic of safe aviation. His first big philanthropic project 30 years ago involved converting an old airplane into a flying eye hospital to serve people in developing countries. Al took on the problem of blindness because he was moved by it. But his solutions were driven by a focus on efficiency and effectiveness. He targeted the leading cause of blindness, untreated cataracts, because he wanted to have an impact at the largest possible scale. Then he found that the key barrier to widespread treatment in poor countries wasn't just money or technology, but capacity. There weren't enough skilled people to perform the surgeries. And so he came up with an idea that possibly he could use the same sort of training and simulation that he'd used in the flight world in this area of cataract surgery. So HelpMeSee is an ambitious attempt to take this approach and train thousands and thousands of specialists to go around and be able to perform these surgeries. In fact, the goal is to get to 30,000 people who've had this training. And so it has a chance of being decisive in exactly the leverage point that's most difficult, getting those trained practitioners who know how to do this work. I think it's another lesson that we can all benefit from Al, which is his optimism that if you pull these pieces together, use the right approaches, you can do things dramatic, like making millions of blind people see.
So one is the people who have not started SACS, they find it really useful, this experience on the thing, because you also get the tactile feedback when you're using this instrument. So it gives a real feel when they go to the patients and operate through the surgery. The second is, I've also heard from our fellows, who have done like 200 plus small incision. For them also this training helps. For them, when they are able to do this training on the simulator, they also feel the way they make the incision, the way they make the construction of the wound or rexes, all of that has really helped to them. So because they are able to get some kind of feedback from the machine as well. So all of that has really helped the trained surgeons as well, who are operating independently, a reasonable volume, they are able to do 10, 12 surgeries. Even for them, they feel a benefit. So it benefits both the groups.
LV Prasad Eye Institute has been engaged in a variety of activities in its 34-year history. One such large activity is the area of education. And we have had multiple partnerships with many people, many organizations around the world. One of the most exciting partnerships that we developed in the past few years is with the organization HelpMeSee, an organization that is committed to make a major impact on the problem of cataract blindness in the world. This is through an approach of training large number of cataract surgeons throughout the world. While there are lots of efforts going on currently in this direction, the number that are coming out of these training programs is simply inadequate to meet the challenge of cataract blindness. HelpMeSee is tackling that problem through technological innovation. Technological innovation in simulators. Simulators for training large number of surgeons, ophthalmologists in the area of modern cataract surgery. Through simulator technology, it is possible to train a much larger number, that is scaling. Through simulators, you can also prevent a lot of complications in the living humans that would have been the otherwise the way of training people. So this technology that is coming out of HelpMeSee scientists and technologists is an exciting one.
Do. And so now through this, they'll be able to do the equivalent. Again, this is kind of my just gestalt, perhaps the equivalent of, 50 cases through virtual simulation by the time that they're doing these cases. So instead of having me take over, them do a part, me take over, them do a part, they're going to be able to do far more of the surgery in these early cases, again, in a safer way.